Hey y'all, it's G and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to talk about whether or not you should choose to upgrade from the cp1300 to the cp1300, or if you're trying to decide between the two, which one I recommend you buying. So let me tell you why I chose the 1300 over the 1200. They're both still available today as of September 2017, but when I looked at the comparisons between the two on Amazon actually, there were three things that was listed on the chart. One of them was that the 1300 had a larger LCD screen, which it does. Another was that the 1300 has a touch LCD screen. And they were also featuring an option called Party Shuffle, where if you take this to an event, then several people can hook up to it at the same time and print out photos from all those different devices. So only one of those things is actually true. It is true that there is a larger LCD screen, and that's actually been very handy and a very nice feature, but it's not true that this is a touch LCD screen. So as you can see, when I touch this, nothing happens. I have to still press these buttons. And I was so excited when I unboxed this, I kind of forgot that that's one of the features that sold me on it. So I didn't even realize that I was missing that feature until I went back and looked up one of the ratings on Amazon. The last feature mentioned was a Party Shuffle, which I thought would be really a great tool, especially when you take this to a party, Christmas, Thanksgiving, that kind of thing where you have lots of friends and family. But there's really no indication on how to do that. If you go under more print options here, it has 2x6 inch prints, 2-up fixed print, index print, DPOF printing, and reprint, and that's it. There's nothing that talks about, this is shuffle print. It says print images on memory card, print images on smartphone, but there's no directions on how to connect more than one smartphone on here. There's nothing under setup. There's nothing under printer setup. So there's nothing on the printer itself that talks about the Party Shuffle feature and how it functions. There's also no instructions in the Getting Started guide. It covers, you know, your regular loading the ink, turning it on, etc. But I couldn't find anything in here that talks about how the Party Shuffle works. So those two things are really disappointing that it's missing. And those were two features that sold this model to me over the 1200, and they're both not there. I also went to the Canon website, and this is just a cursory first glance, and it talks about the selfie printer here, and it says that there's a Party Shuffle print. Again, it explains and says that it's in there, but I haven't dug deep enough to see if there are any directions. So if any of you have this model and you know how to do that, or if you know where there are directions, it'd be great to leave that in the comments. So it's really disappointing that those two features, which I really thought were great, aren't actually on this device. As to the question of whether or not the 1300 has touchscreen functionality, the only place, looking back now, that mentioned it was Amazon. And I do use Amazon as one of my trusted resources, so I thought that was reliable, but I didn't see any other place that mentioned that in any other press releases. And I haven't looked thoroughly through the Canon website, because even if it does say that it has that functionality, it obviously doesn't. So right now my recommendation is, if you're in the market for a selfie, I would just buy the 1200. Right now it's still in stock and available. It's about $100. The 1300 is about $140, and the features that made me choose this over the 1200 aren't here, so buy the 1200 and save yourself some money. It's possible that Canon could send a firmware update or have a clear explanation on the Party Shuffle, but I'm not holding my breath. Hope you found the video to be helpful, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!